And it's just amazing that, like, I was so excited the first time I poured a pint of my own homebrew. I had the kegerator right here, and it kind of brought a little bit of a tear to my eye. Like, I made this. I mean, this was so good.
So good.
Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C, Certified Brewhead.
I am Scott Beer Cole, beer enthusiast.
And welcome to Beer Another Shhh, the podcast, episode 36. And you know what we are? Just a couple blokes helping you understand and enjoy craft beer.
One pour at a time.
Scotty, how are you, mate?
I'm fantastic. C, Certified Brewhead, how are you?
I am wonderful also. It's been a busy day.
Look what we have, a smorgasbord
of big things that are going. We have some sausage rolls, we have some chicken fingers. It is...
Got to stay fed when you're drinking beer, right?
Drinking beer and making beer.
Yes.
So today we've had a bit of a busy day. It's been pretty crazy. We went down to Toronto Brewing. Shout out to Zach. Scott's been dealing with Zach from Time G for like 5 years, I guess.
Yeah, I used to go grab brew supplies from him when he was dealing them out of his front door. Dealing. I felt like it was a drug deal. Go pick up my malts and hops and yeast and stuff. But
very cool.
Now he has a storefront up on Chesswood, just north of the 401 by Downsview Station.
Yes, very cool. So we're in the middle of brewing it was originally an amber, like winter Christmas ale. Now we just chucked in a bunch of extra dark hot malts.
We had some extra dark malts, so we said throw it in there. Let's make it
like a dark ale.
Yeah, dark ale.
Dark Christmas spice Christmas ale. So we have about half an hour until the mash is finished. So we might just pause for a moment and come back, or we'll just wrap it up. But I've been looking forward to this particular podcast for a while because we have two really
exciting beers.
There's one beer-esque thing which you could probably see here. So
let's get right into it.
Let's get straight down to business. So the beer we have is the Stone Citracado IPA. So this bad boy was brewed for the 20th anniversary this year. Super cool. Now it's Citra hops, clearly, with avocado flower honey.
What?
I for one have no clue what
Stone does great stuff.
It does great stuff.
They had the Ruination.
Yo, I told you I had the Ruination 2.0 orange peel and vanilla bean in Vermont.
Oh my goodness.
I think about it like every other day still. It was the realest thing I've ever had.
Awesome.
So I got this one from Beverage Warehouse.
Cool.
We should get Beverage Warehouse on a goddamn podcast. That'd be lit.
That's a cool place, man.
Just because I feel like there's a bit of history there now. Like I had to go there.
That's in Winooski, correct? It's just outside of Burlington.
Just like the next, like literally one freeway stop down.
Yeah.
So I saved this one. I had a couple of Stone ones. I thought this was the most interesting one because it's the anniversary. I can't remember what the other one I got, but I thought it would be fire.
20th anniversary. Get it in you.
You know we love that sound. Ooh, fire flames.
Makes the children happy.
Oh, does it ever? Oh, look,
it's darker than I expected.
It's like syrup. I guess that's that honey.
Cool.
Yes, look at that. Ooh.
It's like a kind of rich orange, amber color.
Yes, save some of that for
nice fluff. Wow, I can really smell it. Look at the fluffy head on that.
Wow, that crazy head.
It smells great.
Literally looks like golden syrup or like molasses and thing.
I smell the honey.
Yeah.
Which so I gather we didn't put the molasses in the...
Oh, you're supposed to put it in the wort, not
in the wort? Okay, cool. Yeah.
So we're okay.
Cool.
Cheers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. It's nice. It's cooled down. It's not like cooled, warmed up a little.
Yeah, it's not ice cold. I think this is how you're supposed to drink IPAs. It really opens it up. If you chill it too much, it kind of takes away from the flavor.
Yeah. Oh god.
It's really bright and citrusy and lemony. You can really taste the honey too.
Very much so. The hops, the Citra, that sort of tropical, a little bit like tropical in there.
Yeah. It has good mouthfeel. Like there's body to it. It's not a...
Oh, yeah.
What percentage is it?
9.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Definitely tastes 9, which is not a bad thing. It just means of...
I'm just saying, like, it's viscous. There's like...
It's full bodied.
Yeah, very much so.
I expect a lot from Stone. Like, have you ever had a Stone beer you don't like?
No, not really. They sell the... what is it? The Bastard.
Angry Bastard? No, it's not. Oh my god, Arrogant Bastard.
Arrogant Bastard, yeah. They have that and the IPA usually in LCBOs, but those are pretty much the only ones you can get here.
They had the Cali Belgica or whatever it's called.
That one was good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Did I get other ones from here? I had the was it called the Delicious IPA? That was pretty good. I tried to get the Go-To, which is their session IPA.
Yeah.
I couldn't find that in singles.
This may be one of my favorites from Stone so far,
For
though.
sure. Man, when we go look, I don't know if you can get that orange vanilla one in a bottle. It was just on tap. It was just like, oh my god. I don't know what Stone do. They're geniuses, these guys.
Be interesting to see their facility, and you were talking they were going to open
The beer hotel.
a hotel, which is I think a great idea. Like literally across the street from the brewery. So
The best part is, I think going to keep it. They're pretty crazy with the beers, ridiculous names, ridiculous ingredients, and they are going to have it all themed out. I think like the gargoyles and all that stuff everywhere, and most importantly, beer in the room, like kegs in the rooms.
what will they think of next?
Can you imagine if the turn up would be real? That'd be like, we were talking with Sawdust City today about that, because they actually have and they own an inn called Lone Pine Inn. They were saying near their brewery up in Gravenhurst.
Gravenhurst, yeah.
And we were like, yo, Stone are doing this. You guys should probably think about putting the taps in the room. They're like,
that's actually a pretty good idea. So if they do, you heard it here first. It was our idea.
Just saying.
Sawdust City, do your thing. We love you. So.
We love it. You know what? We'll just bring our own beer out there, or just go to the brewery and put it in a growler and come back.
Absolutely.
But it would be kind of cool to be in a hotel room and just like pouring that bad boy.
Remember, there's like a beer spa up. It's somewhere in Europe, like Iceland or something. Sweden or something like that. One of those Scandinavian countries, and you can like bathe in beer and get like you can literally sit in a hot spa full of beer.
Or at least like drawn from beer. Amazing.
I'd be really okay with that. Your whole body just smelling
I feel like
beer.
that'd be incredible. But it'd be I guess they have like with wash. It's probably the grain, like scrubs and stuff.
Yeah, and just like hops everywhere.
Forgot about that. That was cool. That was like a YouTube video going into that one. That was fire. I'm very impressed. Yeah, man, this is good. And the next thing, I don't want to skip ahead to it just yet, but this whole episode, we've basically based it around this bad boy, and we have mentioned it in the past. So do you want to tell us what happened, how we got our hands on the...
so this is one of those, I guess, could you call this... Okay, first off, can you call this a beer, is the first question.
Okay, that's the first question.
Because it's more or less...
arguably a beer.
Because I guess the ingredients are the same ingredients that a beer is made of, but to taste it, we've already tried it, and to taste it, it's more of a liqueur or like a bourbon.
I was like a brandy.
Brandy, sorry, is what I meant to say. But it's not carbonated.
No.
For those of you who don't already know, based on the bottle, this is Sam Adams Utopias. So I guess you could consider this a white whale. This is pretty hard to get your hands on.
Is it white whale? There's whale and white whale. I think the white whales are like the ones where they're like
they only make like
this is probably considered a whale in the sense of you went to the brewery.
I went to the brewery and they didn't have any. Like they laughed at me. They're like, you can't get it here. I'm like, it's the brewery. Like, isn't this where you make it?
Where else can you get it?
Yeah. So
I wonder, is it distilled? This is probably the question between whether it's beer or whether it's liquor or liqueur. Like when it's distilled, like I'm not going to front like I know the difference, but like I assume the distilling process
would make it a liqueur as opposed to
it's 28%, I believe.
28%, yeah.
And look, we did drink it the other night because we couldn't wait. We're trying to wait till the podcast to have it for the first time. We're like, nah, but you sat on it for weeks.
Yeah.
So props to you for like not for keeping that willpower.
I think you have to have it a couple times to really understand it and soak it in. It's
You want to just get straight into it?
Let's try it because we're talking a lot about it. Let's.
Sorry, I just wanted to go straight to it.
Absolutely.
This has been. I used to work at a place here called Beer Market.
It essentially smells like maple syrup. Like,
it does smell right. Yeah. I never got to try it years ago. Don't give me that much. We've got a lot more beer to drink tonight, so I'm trying to I'm lightweight, trying to take it easy. Oh, look at the color of this, man! Look, it's like a dark version of the Stone. Look, it's like in comparison, definitely you can see the.
I also have my custom
the
Sam Adams Utopias glass,
and I guess you got these from the
sent with me, and that was actually from the brewery tour from the Sam Adams Brewery. Yeah,
very convenient. Yeah, the Utopias glass is super sick. So I guess it's like a tulip style.
It's a crystal Rydell glass, custom. Same
taster. I love it.
Yeah.
So on the nose, whoa, Jesus Christ! Yo, this is because it's room temperature. It'll make you cough out. That boozy, like, burning your face. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's syrupy. It looks like essentially a
It
glass
smells
of
like
maple
maple.
syrup.
The maple is so heavy. It does really talk a lot about the maple.
You get like vanilla and cherry and kind of those dark
very
fruits.
much vanilla, cherry, and the maple. So strong. The maple
Boozy.
is. Oh, let's try this.
Yeah.
Do we do this in a podcast yet?
Not yet, no.
So I was watching videos the other night and tells you how
To smell your beer.
smell to taste it. Yeah.
So get those vapors all.
all amped up. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
It
Ah.
really smells like brandy. And
Yeah.
I'm not super experienced in brandy, but if I smelled that, that's definitely
Yeah.
brandy.
Okay, let's
So,
try it.
cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, that's intense. Super burny, like the full liquor burn. Lots of
like-
maple.
yeah.
Maple and vanilla are the two predominant flavors I'm getting.
I'm getting some like
And then
apple
that-
and cherry too.
Apple, eh? The dark fruits are almost like of like a double, like that
Yeah.
type of dark fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, super complex. Maybe even like because I said it was aged in cognac barrel, so I'm definitely getting the cognac like little vibes, like little Henny in there. Madeira, if I'm not mistaken, I had Madeira at Graham Woodhouse had some Madeira actually at the Gourmet Food and Wine Festival, and he gave me a sip of what he had, and that most certainly tastes like that. It's like a fortified wine or
Yes.
something, like
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
a port.
Like
He
a
was
sweet-
mad at it. He was like, "This is not what I thought it was." So maybe he thought Madeira was just wine. Whereas most
A
certainly
fortified,
not.
right?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that, like the port.
For sure. Yeah.
I guess
very
Madeira's kind
similar
of
to like a
portish,
port.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very complex, man. Like
It's cool. It's interesting that it does taste like a liqueur, but you use all the ingredients in a beer. Like you're
Right.
using there's hops in here and there's malted barley. There's malts in here.
yeah.
So it's just not carbonated. It's not served cold. But essentially, I guess that's what makes it a beer.
Is the ingredient.
But it's
So
such a
it could
different
be
experience
sold
than-
out. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, so much of a different experience. It's very cool. Like it's a little like almost. I feel like it's like a good digestif,
Yeah.
whatever it is, like the
Yeah.
French thing, like after dinner
Definitely.
thing, like
Sit
like
by the fire and
sit by the fire or the fake fire if
fake
you have
fire.
one.
Yeah, that works too.
Fake fire flames
Mm-hmm.
and just knock one of these bad boys back. It's definitely, yeah. It's basically, and it was quite. It's not cheap.
No.
It's not cheap at all. Like it's more than it's borderline the EXO
Well, you have to-
prices.
Well, I mean, if some of this is aged for over 22 years,
I can
they
understand
have
why.
to charge.
No,
you,
I'm not
you know?
even questioning the actual value of it, but it's definitely
I read in a
an
review
expensive thing.
they likened it to like there's fruit, like a fruit cake, like a dark fruit cake.
But the Christmas
Christmas fruit cake.
Huh?
I get a lot of that.
Do you like those cakes? I hate those cakes.
I like a little piece of them. The same way as like I'd like
Little
a
bit.
little glass of this.
Yeah, you just
you
definitely
can't have
in
a lot of
small.
it. Yeah,
This will last you like 5 years or something.
yeah. I'm gonna
Special occasions.
bring it up for special occasions. Have a little glass
Type of thing. Like we drank it a few times recently, so it's time for you to put it away.
Yeah, put it away for a while.
You're not going to be here at Christmas, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which is why we're doing the brew today, actually. We
Yes.
always have a Christmas brew every year, which bloody sucks. We do one friggin' brew every year. But you know what? Now we use the hops from Bastien, from shout outs to Alex. We have a bunch of hops, and also Zach gave us some more.
Zach gave us some hops,
So-
some mystery hops.
Mystery hops, he called them. So it's more just we're making a dark beer and
Yeah,
just need
chuck them in
something
for
for
some
bittering.
bittering hops. Yeah.
We'll do that. So hopefully, I really want to focus more on brewing going forward now. We had a wonderful offer today to brew with some very cool people, which would be the third recent offer. We haven't taken anybody up on it yet. I think in 2017. Sorry, guys.
That's the year we.
This is the year of the brew for us.
That's right.
So we're definitely going to get more home brewing
That's
content.
been my goal from all of this. From the
you
beginning.
always talked about that.
The most exciting part about beer to me is, well, drinking is great, but brewing it, making a beer
Yeah.
that like people love, and like I've made some decent brews in my time, but like to make something that you're like, wow, this is just as good as everything I can buy on the shelf, if
Yeah.
not better. And that's
And to
exciting to
even
me.
be able to make it with people who are doing it commercially.
Well, that's the
and-
exciting part to see, because I know my little condo brew here with my own, homemade mash tuns and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But to see it brewed on a commercial scale is going to be the interesting part.
Very much so.
And especially from, industry professionals, it's going to be like,
We're going to feel
I'm
like
assuming
idiots.
it's going to be mind opening. And yeah,
for sure. I don't even know what we'd bring to the table. I guess is more like maybe
enthusiasm. Hopefully, I
enthusiasm.
think that's
Maybe,
about all we got
maybe
to
some
offer,
crazy
but
ideas. I feel like we got some cool ideas.
We do have some
we brewed some
interesting
fun
ideas.
beers. Like,
and I think they like to see that, like people who have a little experience, like, well, what do you guys think? You know, like they pretty much know it all. But if we can come and inject some, interesting ideas, maybe it'll inspire them to make
something else, right?
Cool, right?
I mean, yeah, totally. I think that's probably our
worst comes to worst. We make a delicious beer and get to drink
and we get and we'll document it, of course, when we get around to doing it. I want to put it all on out there who've mentioned it, because I really want these to happen. So we just got to follow it up. I don't think it'll be a problem. And I really like that about the craft community. Once again, we always talk about how cool it is. Like, it's not like in rap, if, Drake's going to be like, hey, I'll work with you, unknown rapper. Like, it doesn't work like that. Whereas, like, these brewers who have multiple beers in the LCBOs across the whole city, some of them across the whole country and internationally, are just like, we're not brewers at all. But they're like, you want to brew? Like, sure. Like, we can, and they're not going to put it out in the LCBO, whatever we do with them. But you know what? We might make a big enough batch. It could be in a few bars.
Local pubs and stuff like that.
That's amazing. Like, that we'd be able to even participate in something like that other people could purchase. And
we got to follow up and make sure it happens. Because
now we have to. We put it out there.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Me too, yeah.
I'd like to almost try some of the beers that we made. The two favorite beers that we made over the years of, like I said, the 10 to 20 brews that we've done. Yeah. My first favorite, number one, was the pineapple pale ale, which is the last beer we brewed. I don't know, sometime last year. I don't know if it was last Christmas.
Last year?
Was it really?
I think so.
So that was fire. I really enjoyed that. And then the second favorite was the cherry vanilla porter that we did.
Spilly vanilla
Porter, because Scott, we brew together and then I don't come back in enough time to help him bottle, so you always get stuck bottling Dolo. I mean, now you got Rochelle to help, but it's, and
we like naming our beers. So.
We name our beers ridiculous names. But I'd almost like to recreate those ones, because I don't know if any of the particular people who have offered us, no, I can almost say with certainty that those two styles, the people who have offered don't do anything like that. Not anything like it, but they don't do those exact things. I mean, there's only so much you can really do. I'm sure we could come up with some crazier stuff, and we certainly have. But like the fruit, I guess the common theme, at least for me, and this one is the fruit. I love the fruit and
beers. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite of ones that we brewed?
Favorite of the we brewed?
Yeah.
I'd have to say, the Spilly Vanilla was up there for me, just because it had so much flavor. It was really...
And it changed over time.
Yeah, and then we also did that blueberry saison.
That was pretty fire. It was a bit strong for my liking.
Tiffany's
Tiff loves that.
My favorite.
That one messed me up a few times. It was like 7%. We accidentally went a little high. So, like, I don't like the high. I feel like we could taste it. And this is my thing about homebrew.
Taste the booze?
Taste the booze. And I feel like, this one tastes a little like 9%. But I've had, we're about to do an Alchemist video. And I know those beers do not taste 9%. Like, the Crusher does not taste 9%. Also, and I feel like it takes a bit of skill, and I think we're still learning that. So to me, I would, not that I do, you got to experiment to try it, but I know that we can make pretty decent 5-6% beers, and as soon as you start going higher than that, maybe to me they won't take, or I won't want to drink them as often or something. I don't know, it's just because I'm soft.
We definitely haven't perfected the high ABV beers yet, but that comes with practice, and we're gonna have to start brewing a little more regularly, which I'd like to do. But
man.
It ain't easy out of this little condo. I'd like to have a little more space. Like,
I don't want those pilot systems where they're like, I don't know, it's more than like the 5 gallons. I don't know, maybe they're 10, 20 gallons or something.
Like the Blickman pots and like the...
Exactly.
And
they're already built
burners.
in. The built-in is kind of like a part of it. Yeah. And they got little digital things. You just go, cool.
I think if you want to be serious about it, you have to have a serious system. Like, I'm still brewing the same homebrew kit I bought like 6 years ago. It was an $80 kit that gave you everything. So I think I'm definitely due for an upgrade, but again, in the space I have, I can't really do it. If I owned a house with like a garage, that would be perfect. I think a lot of these guys have like their garages set up as like little
brew things. Have a little like sink area, with running water and everything.
Yeah, I'm really like
the gas
makeshift everything here, but I mean it works. We can still brew.
We've made some great beers on like zero budget. So you guys, we're filming a homebrew video, so that'll probably come out potentially before this podcast does. So y'all see what we do, why we're doing a certain thing, and
again, we're a little out of practice.
Yeah, we always are a little out of practice.
It's like, I forgot we have to do this. But then we didn't do this. So we're hoping it all works. I think we're doing okay so far. So
and I wanted to kind of share. I think it's cool, like the way just sharing the way we do it. And this is where we've worked out. We started with extract kits. and we moved to all grain once you got the mash tun, the homemade mash tun, and this is how we do it. And this is literally like on shoestring budgets. Like you can spend $200, $300 and have everything you need before ingredients. Like for actual stuff, that's all you've ever spent. So
I think with the higher end stuff, you just get,
it's like a $5,000-$10,000 system,
right? But it cuts your time down. Your efficiency is a little better. It's just neater and cleaner, and you're not running around from bathtub to stovetop. You know what I mean?
Running downstairs to pick up buckets of snow.
That's right. Yeah, that's another thing.
Like we don't know how we're going to chill today. We don't have snow yet.
Yeah, and I can't.
Thank God.
I have a wort chiller, which is kind of like a copper coil that you run cold water through to chill the wort down after you boiled it. So we're going to have to find an inventive way to chill it down, because the idea is after you boil it, you want to cool it as quickly as possible down to, I think, around 70 degrees before you pitch the yeast. So I don't have a connection for my wort chiller, so normally I'd use that and it would chill it pretty quickly. But in past, we've used my bathtub full of cold water and thrown like icebergs. I go downstairs, get a bucket of snow, chuck it in the bathtub, and then that kind of
does the trick.
Does it?
Forever
it takes
to do
a lot longer than I'd like.
Waiting is everything in this. Like, if we had the proper system, like, cool, you wait for the 60 minutes in the mash, and then you pop it straight in to the boil, and it'll probably boil really quickly. We're going to have to wait maybe an hour for it to even get to the boil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got a 90-minute boil with this particular beer.
We should be using one of those like the turkey fryer systems where it's like a propane system which heats the water up drastically.
You can get those like pretty cheap. Like
you can, but in my building, well, I need a place to do it. Like I can't.
You can't have it inside.
No,
they're pretty hectic.
It's propane. Like you can't burn propane. We'll all die of carbon
monoxide. You can do it
outside.
Oh, right, okay.
And I can't have it on my balcony, and I can't have it on the rooftop. So we'd have to go in the back alley. Like back alley brewing.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy.
So, we'll get that. I feel like,
we make it work.
We make it work for this. I feel this is the only setup we both have. We both have apartments. It's your equipment. We always do it here in Toronto. Excuse me. But, I'm really looking forward to getting some experience with these guys.
When it comes down to it, like, we make it happen.
Yeah, no, I think we need to focus on it now because, now there's a few opportunities coming up. The podcast is starting to grow, and a bit more people. We're getting more people paying attention and interacting with us and engaging. So the breweries don't down. Some of the breweries are down to work, and like they don't. I'm so like honored by that. It's amazing. So I really want to use that to just learn a bit more and tap in. We want to get more involved in the community from that side, and we have a lot of brewers on, but.
That's right. I love I want to know every side of the industry. So it's good to have people in different parts of the industry, like our buddy Zach at Toronto Brewing.
It'd be good to get him on a podcast.
Absolutely, he knows a ton about beer, and actually he told me he's moving, so he has the spot up there. He has 2 years left on his lease, but he plans on moving and expanding. I think he's coming a little further south, down to the Toronto area.
Nice.
So he's in Toronto, but like southern part of the city.
Right into the downtown.
That's right. So, and he's also was talking about opening up kind of like a little brew pub section in the shop. So do actually brews on site, and
it's said on the side outside that he does that.
He's starting, so he's like they're putting something together in the kind of back corner of their shop. So as of right now, I don't think they have anything, but
they're gonna get there.
Look forward to that. That would be awesome.
That's really cool.
Get some people in the industry showing you, tips and tricks. How to do it. Yeah, how to do it.
I've done those. I think we've talked about that before. I did it in Australia with Dad back in the day. And also did it. No, sorry, I didn't do it. We had podcasts. It was episodes. Public Brewery was like 29 or something. Thank you, sir. And that particular place, Public Brewery, they offer it to the public. So you actually get to recreate the brews with these like brewmasters that do it for public consumption, which is super cool. And to be able to do that there, and usually what they do when you're doing it, you get to they have a whole bunch of stuff on tap. So part of the experience is just being able to pour yourself these beers from the wall. I'm like, man, this is crazy, because the average person doesn't get to pour themselves a beer. I
guess not. I was a bartender for years. I poured myself so many beers I can't even count, but it's kind of exciting, isn't it?
Honestly, when I was in Mexico, they let you pour your own beer, and I was like, oh my! I think I started drinking beer all the
because of that. You're like, this is great.
At the resort,
just slinging pints.
45 degrees. You're killing the game.
Well, I have I rarely use it, but I have a kegerator, and I hooked it up for my homebrew system. So technically,
You can do it here.
I can do it. And I've only made probably 2 batches that I've had on my kegerator. Just because when we brew, we bottle because we like splitting it up. I want you to give you some of our brew to go home. But whenever I brew it myself, which is so infrequent, it hurts. I wonder if we could. I keg it because it takes half the time. Because usually after brewing, you bottle the beer, it has to bottle condition for 2 weeks. Whereas with kegging, you can force carbonate it. And it's literally after fermenting, it's pretty much good to go. You transfer it to the corny keg, you force carbonate it, throw it on, it's ready to go in 2 weeks. So half the time, and it's just amazing that like I was so excited the first time I poured a pint of my own homebrew. I had the kegerator right here, and it kind of brought a little bit of a tear to my eye. Like I made this. It's so good.
So good.
Yeah, so
that's fire.
It's exciting, but.
So it's something to focus on for 2017. It's good to have these little goals and stuff now. And now there's a few up. Well, that's the timer, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's all the time we got.
So, you know what? Let's keep this one short and sharp. I've had a bunch of lengthy-ass podcasts lately. So, you know what? This one is for the quick commutes to work.
Yeah. There's like no traffic today, so...
This is like straight in there. So, shout outs to the sponsors. We never even shout the sponsors anymore.
I know, we haven't done that in a while.
But you know what? Because we've had a lot of guests. We've been busy. You know what? It's all in the descriptions. Y'all get the point. It's okay. So, thank you guys. Enjoy. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whatever it may be. And get it in ya.
Get it in ya.